what you call it.
A review of an album?
I'd want to do it like maybe in alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order, you have like 20 trillion CDs.
At least 1,000.
That's honestly not much better.
But picture how many videos we could make.
A lot.
We could make 1,000 videos. Each one just talking about specific albums. Like this one. It's the most depressing album of all time. It's literally this dude, like, this is a picture of the, I forgot what you call this kind of piece of paper. You get them at funerals and shit. Anyways, it's his wife's, because it was his wife's funeral, because she died from cancer or something. And
or
anyways,
something. That's real descriptive. You have a real knack for reviews.
Hey, I'd think this out too. I'd like write it up, but no. He literally right after the wedding. What the fuck? Right after the funeral, he goes and secludes himself in a fucking cabin for like 4 months and makes his fucking album. This is the most depressing shit I've ever fucking heard, and I'd honestly like to explain this in full detail. It's one of like the few albums I've probably cried during.
If it's all that depressing, I don't think anyone wants you to explain it in full detail.
It's Mount fucking Erie. Everyone wants you to.
Is that the guy who made it, or is that the album, or?
It's the group.
Okay, group.
A Crow Looked at Me by Mount Erie. And it's probably like the first album that his wife isn't
Wait,
on.
why is there Japanese on this?
Oh, this is a Japanese printout. I literally bought it from Japan. So that's cool. It's not plastic wrapped, it's just in a plastic bag. I keep it in there because it's fancier that way. Wait, are you recording me?
Yeah, I am. This is our first CD review.
That's not a CD review.
Bring Mount Erie back. Let's talk about A Crow Looked at Me some more. What makes it depressing?
Well,
And don't say it's because he wrote it after his wife died. You already got that point across.
but that's literally what every single song is about. Every single song.
Okay, like, can you go into more detail about it?
Well, for starters, he literally mentions almost the exact amount of time that it took him to like make every single song in the song, and how long she's been dead. And I don't know, there's like a lot of shit in there that's just damn.
A lot of shit that's just damn. Wow. You know, I bet if you were a big time reviewer when this album came out, they would have put that on with a bunch of other different reviews.
Just damn.
It's just damn. Ooh, geese.
Crow Looked at Me, Mount Erie. Let's see if I can find one of my favorite fucking lyrics here. Okay.
You're a great reviewer.
Again, not planned, and I didn't think that this was going to turn into a review. Today, our daughter asked me if Mama swims. I told her yes. That's probably all she does now.
God damn. Wait, is he implying that heaven is filled with water? Like, are you saying that Waterworld takes place in heaven? Is that your new headcanon of that movie?
No, not even really.
Well, it's mine.
Remotely. Okay.
Not even kinda. Sorry, I'm kind of making jokes about this.
You're making it harder for me to be, Okay, so here. How about seaweed? Let's just start with that one. This is a good start. 11 days after, by the way. It says it right there after the song. That's not even part of the lyrics. Okay, now to read the lyrics. Our daughter is 1.5. You have been dead 11 days. I got on the boat and came to the place where the three of us were going to build our house. If you had lived, you died though, so I came here alone, with our baby and the dust of your bones. I can't remember. Were you into Canada geese? Is it significant, these hundreds on the beach? Or were they just hungry for mid-migration seaweed? And then asks a bunch of other stuff. Okay, this is another good part here. I brought a chair from home. I'm leaving it on the hill facing west and north, and I poured your ashes on it. So I guess you can watch the sunset, but the truth is I don't think of that dust as you. You are the sunset.
God damn.
And
That's
then
deep.
Death is Real is pretty self-explanatory.
Yes, it talks about death and how it's real. Now, if any of you are wondering, this actually started out as like a couple different attempts to not review A Crow Looked at Me, but to review this pile of crap, Cry_Wolf. Now, let me just tell you, Still gonna read some of that?
No, I'm putting this away. I'm not ready to review this. I'm not in that place right now. It's not a good place.
Any of you bastards ever seen Cry_Wolf? If any of you have seen this 13-year-old pile of feces, don't. It's an absolute dumpster fire of a horror movie. And I should know, I've spent like half my damn life watching shitty horror movies.
Try not to get emotional over here.
I will! Check this tagline out. You lie, you die. Which is ironic because that's literally what everyone in this freaking movie does. And yet only one person actually dies.
And he's like the only one that didn't lie about really anything. Just the weird part.
He was a teacher screwing a student. And he didn't tell anyone. I'd say that's lying by default.
It's not lying, that's just not telling someone. If they asked him and then he said no, then yeah, he would definitely be lying, but that never happened.
You want to run down to this movie? Check it out. A British exchange student comes to America, goes to this really prestigious high school in this small town for God knows what reason it's there.
Woman got her face blown off.
Yeah. He coincidentally goes there at the time some younger woman gets her face shot in, I guess. So, he and these... Nice background music. Anyway, he and a bunch of kids that he met at the school decide to play a game of lies and manipulation. He, of course, ends up winning, but also pissing everyone off. Yet, for some reason, they're still friends with him, for God knows why, what reason. I keep saying reason. Sorry, it's midnight, I'm really tired. Anyway, they want to keep playing this game, but there's a twist. They want, instead of manipulating each other, they want to manipulate the entire school they go to. So they create this guy right here, the Wolf. The supposed person who murdered the chick. They make up this whole BS story about the Wolf, how he's killed before, the patterns he might use, what he wears, what he kills people with, all this kind of stuff. Now the dumb thing is, the foreign exchange student, this moron, this absolute idiot, emails everyone in the school about the Wolf from his own email address, so everyone knows who sent that crap, right? Now you might be thinking to yourself, this is going to get him in trouble. Well, it kind of does. Surprisingly, it doesn't get him expelled, cause I don't know, plot reasons. Anyway, things start getting pretty real for him real quick. Stuff starts happening, people potentially go missing, finds a damn knife in his bag, his room gets trashed. All the while he gets messages supposedly from the Wolf. Like I am messages. Now nobody believes that the Wolf is real, right? I mean, who would believe it? But yeah, just you want to help me out here, dude?
Okay. Shortly after the email is sent out, he receives a message from the Wolf.
You receive several from the Wolf. Oh, crap.
Air quotes. Anyways. Shortly after that, shit starts getting real, and inevitably it leads to all of his friends being picked off one by one in the exact form of the fashion that the email that he created happened. It eventually boils down to him finding a gun in the teacher's office. And
oh yeah, I don't think we described this teacher. My God, we're bad at this. But this is not a planned one. There's a teacher, right? The knife I mentioned earlier. It pops out of his bag during one of these teacher's classes. Now, this teacher already was the one who found out about him sending the emails, but decided not to go to the dean or whatever, the headmistress. I think it was a woman, so it would be headmistress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Decided not to go to her with the fact that he helped create the email and he sent it out. The knife, that's different. He's about to take him in, get him expelled. But Dodger, one of the main chicks and one of the friends that he started the killer thing with,
Hot redhead.
turns out she is sleeping with this teacher. And, seeing an opportunity, the main character, Owen, right? Yeah, Owen, that was his name. My God, I am so forgetful tonight. Owen decides to use that against the teacher, so he doesn't tell the headmistress. It works for a while, and he doesn't get expelled. Anyway, like we were going at before, things eventually come to a head near the end when it seems all his friends have gotten either picked off by the killer or, in the case of a couple of them, abandoned him at the school. He finds a gun in the... Dodger calls him, tells him to check the desk in the office of that same teacher she was sleeping with. He finds a gun. The teacher comes in, sees him with the gun, and sees the clothes of the killer being left in the stairwell of the office building. It honestly looks... Well, it looks pretty bad for Owen. It looks like he is the killer, right? So they get into a little scuffle over the gun, and it comes out that Becky, the chick who died at the beginning of the movie, was also actually sleeping with the teacher.
They don't find that out until Owen accidentally shoots the teacher while the teacher is trying to wrestle the gun out of his hands.
Yeah, teacher basically goes at Owen, tries to get the gun from him. Owen inadvertently pulls the trigger, kills the teacher.
And
now,
he gets arrested.
Yeah, you think he's going to go to prison, right? No.
Wrong.
It turns out that gun in that teacher's office was the one that killed Becky, and that teacher was sleeping with her. He even had pictures of her very suggestive pictures of her in his desk, in another drawer. It looks like Owen, in self-defense, killed a murderer. And, since they're in high school, a pedophile. But, surprise, it was not him at all. He killed an innocent person. It was... Not only does it turn out that none of his friends were killed, and that it was all a trick to fuck with him, it turns out that Dodger planned the whole goddamn thing to get revenge. She killed Becky and planted the gun in the teacher's office, all to get revenge on the teacher for, I guess, cheating on her. Owen, of course, figured that out as he was talking to her in that last scene, goes over all the events of the movie in
about 30 seconds.
Yeah, in about 30 seconds. A character who seems to be a complete moron through most of it, completely figures all this out. The chick pretty much, Dodger pretty much admits it, and then leaves him standing there in the police station, and then the credits roll.
And that's all in a matter of 45 seconds.
Yeah,
so it doesn't even really give you time to process it. I mean, you have a whole... I guess the movie's okay. In a sense, the first twist was pretty cool. And then just that honestly thing they tossed in at the end was just...
Honestly, I didn't mind either twist. I really didn't. What I did mind is the absolute lack of care that they took with both things. Not only were neither twists earned, but honestly, yeah, I don't know. Just they weren't earned. The story is okay, I guess, but pretty much all the dialogue, all character interactions, the characters themselves, all of it is just crap. The characters are one-dimensional and transparent. I mean, the chick Dodger is up to something, that she's gonna have something to do with all of it at the end. I mean, it's obvious.
Her hair seems way too orange. That might be a weird observation, but just pointing that out, it's the only thing that really stuck out the entire movie.
I think you might be getting at the fact that the killer's mask they made is also orange, but that might just be like a coincidence since it was Owen who came up with the mask, not
True.
Dodger.
But yeah, the one thing that did bother me is a lot of the characters did not seem to have much
personality.
Yeah, it's just
they were
there.
They weren't.
That's pretty much it.
They weren't people. This wasn't a movie where you watched people. You watched actors, and actors who honestly were not really very good at all. I mean, if you'd made the movie slightly longer, fleshed out at least a few of at least the main characters a little more.
Give them some background.
Yeah, I mean, if they'd earned the twists, I should say, then this would have been a much better movie, and I would have thought it would be actually worth watching more than once, which, unfortunately, this was both our second viewings of this movie, since we both saw it around the time it came out.
13 years ago.
Yes. Yeah.
And then one, like, about, what, 45 minutes ago? Maybe less than that?
Pretty much. I'm sorry if this has been, like, kind of a really rushed kind of bad review of both this movie and this album.
I'm gonna flesh that out on a different time. I'm not ready for it.
Yeah, well, this was meant to be the start of a new series because we want to get into various different kinds of videos, including reviewing things like movies, games, that album. Not all of these, or those, or even those. Just that album. Also, you might notice that this isn't the living room that we usually film in.
This is my room. This is my band bunker.
It's his bedroom. But yeah, I don't know. We started doing.
Where's the battery dying?
I think I clicked the wrong button. Anyway, we'll probably edit these together if we decide to post them. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, I apologize for the kind of thrown together, unprofessional kind of air this might give off. Noel just left. But yeah, we're going to do more reviews, going to do more of a bunch of different kinds of types of videos because, you know, we're Vagrant Hippopotamus. We don't really have a theme for this channel. It's just us doing kind of whatever we want to.
Our intention here is not to make a high-quality entertainment. We're just here for fun because we can be.
Yep.
And we hope that at least some of our fans enjoy it.
Some of our fans, yes. Anyway, this has been Billy.
And Noel.
With Vagrant Hippopotamus, bringing you low-quality entertainment from people with no self-respect.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This is supposed to be our ending theme. We're also going to be adding a beginning and ending theme to all our videos pretty soon as we get the whole visuals kind of sorted out. But anyway, yeah, just hope you'll excuse this really poorly thrown together video. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.